my name is Alaina Pestana, and I'd just like to say welcome. We're so glad to have you guys at our 6th grade graduation. It's an honor. To kick off my speech, I want to talk about how us 6th graders most commonly think, because I'm sure you all are really wondering. From the time I came to Canyon Crest Elementary in 2nd grade till now in 6th grade, I have noticed that we have all had many important and reasonable goals to conquer. Mine included scoring a certain amount of goals in soccer, getting all 4s, or in other words, A's, in all my subjects, remembering things because I have a really bad memory and almost didn't dress up today for the sake of forgetting. But whatever it was we desired, we all had one goal. It was to make it to middle school. It might have meant more to some people than others, but to me it was exceptionally important. But I thought I'd never make it to that point. But like time always does, it proved me wrong, and here we all are. Isn't this just great? If you don't mind, I'd like to take it back to 2nd grade here in Canyon Crest Elementary School in the year 2008 to 2009, when we all had just graduated out of 1st grade and officially were 2nd graders. I don't know if it was just me and my crazy thoughts, but I remember in 2nd grade, I loved, and no, I'm not joking, I loved school food. Back then, I didn't get it often, and it was kind of considered a treat to me. So during the first week of school, when my mom told me I was getting school lunch, I freaked. When I received my plate of cold pizza and tater tots, I never felt so alive. I let the older kids stare at me in the middle of the cafeteria for a while, until I made my distinct approach to the popular 6th graders, and it's been that way ever since. That didn't work out really that well, but I still thought it was awesome. And according to my past knowledge, it tasted delicious. Nowadays, most kids, including me, and I'm sorry if I'm blowing anyone's cover, when I say are perfectly willing to starve and eat school lunch. Don't get me wrong, the lunch ladies, well, they're angels. The food, not so much. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Paula. And, okay, nowadays, most kids, including me, and I'm sorry if I'm blowing anyone's cover when I say are perfectly willing to starve and eat school lunch. Don't get me wrong, the lunch ladies are angels, they rock. The food, not so much. Okay, now let's step it up to 3rd grade. We're about halfway through elementary school. We feel pretty cool. We're considered the big kids when we go out to recess on the younger kids' playground. Cooties are starting to shake off, off most of the kids, and young love is hitting. And magically, the girls' braids and braces start to actually look pretty hot. 3rd grade is the joyful year that I picked up a lot of my good friends I have that are on the stands today. All right, 4th grade. In my opinion, it started out kind of disappointing for some of us past 3rd graders too, because we were going to miss our big, bright, colored playground. But by the time we had our first recess, we couldn't care less. We were just trying to get over the fact that, psych, we were hanging out with the 5th and 6th graders on their playground. When our teachers would give us those cute do-it-yourself sheets, as it came to the what you want to be when you grow up question, it averaged out to Disney Channel actresses and singers, ice cream servers, a couple of superheroes, and a ton of NFL players. Which, now that I think of it, that hasn't changed that much. Then, of course, that one super awkward kid that declared proudly, "The trash man is mine." Either way, I know that was the teacher's favorite part. 5th grade. For 5th grade, I was having a hard time remembering things, which is pretty weird because it was only a year ago. So I looked back on my journal for some ideas, and I found this entry that says it all perfectly. It reads, 5th grade. The period of life that I'm starting to realize most of us are developing our egos, our likes and our dislikes. We are creating our talents and forming our personalities rapidly. Each one of us is starting to figure another person out a little more, and we're being carved into individuals. I love every moment of it. We're too young to be cliquey, but not too old to socialize. It's the year that ideas will lead our successes through the wax museum, pass the homework, and have us eagerly awaiting the next year to come. Now here we are on the second to last day of school with pride and success filling up inside us. And guess what? We didn't die at Cotillion. In fact, I think it is fair to say that everyone had a great time. Personally, the only deadly thing among it all was that the gym didn't seem to have a working air conditioning system that night. If you were there, you would know what I mean. We had Rocket Day, but this time we weren't the kids being told to step back. We were the launchers, and we loved it. We missed Miss Webster when she had to leave towards the middle of the year, but Mr. Willis, it was fantastic to have you with us. Oh, and note to self, if any of you happen to need an extraordinary actor, Mr. Swallow is your man. He is also quite a genius with computers, technology, you just fix the mic. Miss Hildenbrand is a great singer and is super patient with all of us. She is an amazing example to all the moms out there. She deals with us 6 hours a day and still maintains herself, which is really saying something. Now being a Canyon Crest student for 4.5 years, I know how we think. For example, I didn't do my homework because Mr. Swallow made the assignment too long and it's all his fault. Or the classic, I have so much stuff after school, I couldn't do the essay. It's like teachers don't have any idea how hard it is to cram things up. And then somebody in the crowd, like Joseph Wollstonehune, Eli Griffin, Dalton Birmingham, will reply, like what? And the person answers sounds a little something like, well, dinner and piano and SpongeBob was on last night, so by the time it was over, it was like 11 and I was too tired. So that's why it's Mr. Swallow's fault. Jeez, bless these teachers. This is what they've lived through day after day this whole entire year. But listen to me, guys, it's not right. We are making our own decisions now. Our teachers give us work to do each night that we have total agency to do or not. We must make decision-making a part of our daily lives. Next year in middle school, our true colors are going to shine through, and much more because we're joining a lot more people, whether it be from the way you dress or speak or even the friends you hang out with. Either way, it's going to shape you. And we can't always say it's someone else's duty or it's someone else's fault. Blaming others will just make things worse. Sometimes you just gotta look in the mirror and say, Alaina, you're doing good, but you know exactly what you're capable of, and this is not your limit. As the famous Dr. Seuss says from the book, All the Places You'll Go, quote, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the one who decide where to go. 6th graders, high school graduation class of 2019, let's make these next years the absolute best they can be. I believe in all of you, and I hope you'll succeed.